right now. How are we feeling about this?
It's feeling great. It's fucking cold though.
We're sitting at a lovely 41 degrees in Boston.
Yeah, it's a cold morning.
Hi, my name is Anami Uenishi. I'm a sophomore studying computer science and I compete in the Ironman triathlon. The Ironman 70.3 is a triathlon where you do an open water swim for about 1.2 miles and then you bike for about 60 miles and then straight afterwards you run for 13.1 miles, which is a half marathon. Endurance sports have just been a way for me to balance my mental state and my physical state, and it's always whenever I push myself, I was able to clear my brain and get like a fresh, it was just a way for me to kind of reset myself mentally. For the weight training, I would do high weights, low reps, just to really get the strength and the explosive strength training working, instead of doing very high reps with low weights. That usually just is more for like bodybuilding, muscle building, but for me I needed that explosive strength training. So for the long distance training, for the running, biking and swimming, I started around swimming about 1 mile, and then for the biking, because it was very still I was very still new to it, I biked around 45 miles, and then for the running I would run about 10 to 11 miles, and I would kind of build kind of exponentially every single week. So I built at a very, very quick pace because I was also on a very hard time crunch, and so by week 5, week 6 of training, I was biking 60, 70, 80 miles, and I would be running 15, 16, 17 miles, and I would be swimming 2 miles, 2.2 miles, just to get the distance and get used to that endurance training. The Kona Championships is the bestest of the best who compete for time, and it's the World Championships, and it's the same distance, but the course is obviously, every course is different. So the waves for the swim is crazy because it's in Hawaii. The hills and the mountains that you have to climb for the bike is absolutely insane. I think there's over 1,000 feet in elevation that you have to bike. And the run itself afterwards in brutal 110 degree weather in Hawaii is also just, it is a gruesome and brutal course to race in. I'm going to be training about the same amount, but really be focusing on each individual event and building a strong base in each event. I think the biggest challenge with training for the Ironman was having to consistently every single day redefine my breaking point. I would run 20 miles and then I would run 22 miles and then 26 miles, 30 miles. I would bike 80 miles, then 90 miles, and then I would do 100 miles. It's like every single day I was improving and I had to push myself and I had to break myself every single day. And having to do that consistently for months and months on end, training 5 to 6 hours every single day, it breaks you. There's the amount of times that I cried and I was like, why am I doing this? I can't do this. I shouldn't do this. What's the point in doing this? What is so amazing about just doing the Ironman? The amount of times that I kind of questioned, why am I pushing myself this much? Is one of the biggest hurdles that because every single time I asked that question, there's the amount of times that I wanted to just quit and be like, you know what, you're right, why am I doing this? There's no point in doing this. And so I think one of the biggest challenges in training for the Ironman was the consistency, but also having a bigger motive to compete and push yourself and break yourself, having a bigger motive than just doing the Ironman.